Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back. Paula here with Paula's Imperfect Plans. Today we are going to jump into my the setup of the month of January in my oh my brain, you guys, in my budget planner. And what I use for my budget planner is 8.5 by 11 plum paper monthly planner disc, punched 4 discs, and then I bought discs on Amazon. All of that is linked in the description. And then it comes with a bunch of lined paper, which I use for a lot of the pages that I use. And then I print out on cardstock my paycheck budget breakdown and the cash breakdown pages. So that is the first one, so that goes there. And then I put them in the put them here in the and I'm still really working on the art of punching these correctly because it feels like I punched that one up a little too high. So anyway, so I do not do much, if anything, with it's just in the way, with my dashboard. I keep, trying different like goals and stuff, and then I just don't really use it. So I've not figured out something that I actually need it for at this point in time, which is okay. It's all a learning process, but I will throw, for the sake of decorating and the fact that I have it here with me right now, I will throw some washi on here. This is what I'm using for January in my planner, and so I thought I would do the same thing and I'm just like, so far I just make random notes, like our Netflix bill went up, so I just made a note in the month of January's dashboard of what that new price is, so that when I come in to set it up, I haven't forgotten that yet. And then this is my credit card tracker page, which again, if you've watched my videos, you've seen this setup already, but essentially I put everything, I do it in 2 columns, and I put everything that goes on my credit card, the amount that I spend, a description of what it is, and then a check mark when I send it from my bank account, and a check mark of when it gets posted to the credit card, because I do, cash stuffing and all of that stuff, but I do the majority of my spending, not my husband's spending, but mine and the household spending, on a credit card, because it's mainly online. So that just helps me keep track of what I've actually put, what needs to go on the credit card, and when it gets there. So that's what I will do for this page. And then I get into my monthly spread, and I don't use my monthly spread in here, and I really thought that I would. So like there are some new bills, or as I find new things or things that are changing, I put them in here because I need those reminders. We had to go back to starting to pay my kiddos health insurance through the health insurance premium for my kids through the state. So I put that on there as a reminder, because for the last since March of 2020, we haven't had to make those payments for reasons that I'm sure we can all extrapolate without me saying the words. So like that's on there, or like I should actually probably have like the Kindle bill on here. This will be the first month that I'll be paying for Kindle Unlimited, because I had signed up and did a 90-day free trial, and it will actually come out in in January. So like that would be something that would be on here, and I have it written like what the dates are. So that's our after school, the before school program for my son. So like the bill that I get to pay on that payday will be for those dates. I was trying to figure out, obviously like I'm off during Christmas break, so he won't be there. So I was trying to figure out like what the bill was going to be each time we get paid, like when that lack of him being there would hit. So I made a note of what those the dates were that each of those were being billed for. That's what that was for. Otherwise I don't do much with my monthly spread, but it is nice to have the calendar, have the paydays kind of laid out, which I actually don't have. So let me grab Not that I need this to be a sticker, but I do have an abundance of stickers, so I may as well use them in a situation where it would be appropriate to do so. So I'm going to pull that out quickly and just grab, these are Planner Kate stickers, but I just like to buy things when they're discounted. That's kind of how I roll. So those are our paydays. I think it's always nice to have those things noted just at a glance on the calendar. This will be the page that I monitor sinking funds. So at the end of every month, I will come in and I will do here's what we started with and here's what we ended with for our sinking funds that we are tracking. So I will come in and I will do that, what we started with and what we ended with for the month for savings, just to kind of show. And you know, some of the sinking funds we spend out of and some are for annual expenses. So you know, like the month of November we took a real big hit because it all came out to pay our annual bills, but like that's the point of it. So that's where I will track sinking funds. And then we come into the paycheck breakdown page and I know you've all seen these because I use it obviously. Right? Every time I fill one of these out, it is on camera. So this is where I actually break down our budgeted and then our actual expenses for each pay period. I am going to grab a pen. And what day did I say our first paycheck was? The 12th, I'm pretty sure. January 12th. So this is going to be January 12th, 2024. Paycheck budget. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And then, so then this is the cash breakdown side where I go through and I list out all our variable expenses and whatever like challenges and sinking funds and stuff that I am doing at the time. And I do the math of what I'm gonna need for all of my cash and do my math and stuff and check my math and recheck my math. And then I did a little cash denominations thing here so I can write it on there and double check it before I transfer all of that information over to the teller slip that I purchased the PDF from Veda at the Simple Budget, and I actually take that to the bank. And then this, I have a sinking fund transfer. So I have several online sinking funds in a high yield savings account that I budget for each time we get paid. So I'll be like, okay, for vehicle registration, I'm going to add $50. For this savings challenge, I'm going to, you know, for the emergency fund, I'm going to add $53. And then I'm, you know, check that as I'm making my transfers with that paycheck, because not everything that I do is in cash. So I do a lot of online stuff. And so this then, this is going to be our spending tracker. And that is when I write actual things purchased. Actual things purchased. Not with cash, so on a card. So I use these for when I film my weekly check-ins. So the amount, and then it is description, category, payback, and done. So those are the categories, which I also very much, I don't want to say stole from Veda because she's got her own sheet and whatever, but I very much modeled the style of my check-ins after how she does hers because it's very helpful and helps me to really stay on track with my spending. She uses a debit card where I use a credit card, but helps that to stay online. So then I just put So I'm going through my check-in. How much did I spend? What was it for? What category does it need to be paid from? And then does it need paid back from the bank? Some categories maybe trying to think. Some things maybe don't need paid back to the bank because for whatever reason, and then a check mark once I've got that cash put in my back to bank envelope. I'm not going to draw the lines right now because it will probably not be straight, but I do put lines so it makes a little bit more sense when I'm actually doing it. And then this spread I use as a transaction log, so very much just like a checking register. I come in here and I probably won't do all that on camera either, just because it's a lot of you watching me draw with a ruler, which is silly. But it's what kind of a transaction, the date, the description, the category, debit, credit, balance, and then a check mark for when it actually hits the bank account, if I'm writing things out before that. So it's very much just like keeping track of my account balance. The only thing that's different is I don't track my buffer, which don't come for me. So I start each of these paycheck budgets at 0. I zero the previous one out, whether I add it to the buffer or I cash it out and put the money in savings challenges, or I roll it into an emergency fund or a different sinking fund online. At the end of every paycheck budget, I am zeroing out. I'm bringing that down to 0. If I can find an example of that. Well, that's not a good example of it because I didn't actually zero that one out, at least not on paper, like I zeroed it out. But so like this one, right? So I was down to $4.50. I pulled 4 out for challenges, 50 cents stayed in the buffer, and I zeroed that all the way out. So then the next time when I came in for the next paycheck budget, I started from 0. The first thing I added were our paychecks. So I start over from 0 every time, and then I don't track what's in my buffer closely. Probably have some kind of an idea, but it is not tracked by me. So those will be in here. I won't make you watch me write that. And then I will come into this next one, right? Yeah, because that'll be transaction log. And this would be a space where I could do a budget closeout. I don't, as far as like how much did I actually spend in each category, but I've not, like highlighter method, and I've not done that. I just usually come in and close this out, showing, you know, what I actually spent in the different categories that I've budgeted. So then this is our second paycheck budget breakdown page. So this is the 26th, I believe. I don't know why I'm questioning myself so much. So January, my handwriting is just not that neat. 26th, 2024 pay check budget. So that's there. Same thing on the back. Again, I print those out on cardstock. I didn't start printing them on cardstock, but I'm learning that it is very helpful to make sure your paper can withhold all of the work that I do with it and on the discs and stuff. So I don't know if I'll always do cardstock or if I'll just buy heavier paper, but cardstock has been working very well. Then kind of same thing. This will go in and this will be follows the same flow. This will be my spending tracker for this pay period, where I will do the amount, description, category, payback, and done. And then into our transaction log. And then when I get to a point, I'm really actually kind of frustrated. I'm waiting for a final bill from the plumber for the project that we did over started in August, but it's done. It's been done. And I'm still kind of trying to figure out why we haven't gotten a bill from the plumber. So I'm still putting money aside for that. But after that, it will be going towards debt. And I would like to use one of these last pages as a debt and be actively showing debt progress on here. But anyway, these will be the transaction logs of what's going on. And then right now these are empty pages. I do not have a designated job for them right now, but that is what January looks like here in my budget book. So thank you guys all for being, one more thing that I did want to show, because I'm sure that it's shown on camera and I've talked a lot about it coming up. I wanted to show, and it's not, it's super peeling right now. But I had my tattoo appointment last week, and I can't even make my arm turn right to show it because it's facing away from me. It is a gray ribbon, if you can tell. And then the hashtag is She Matters. So I had mentioned that I lost my cousin in November. She had been battling with brain tumors for 13 years. And I actually had this appointment scheduled before she passed. But the gray ribbon is the awareness for her type of cancer, and May is the awareness month. Anyway, it's the gray ribbon, and then She Matters is just the hashtag gray matters, as in like gray matter in your brain is one of the hashtags that goes with her cancer, and She Matters is one of the hashtags that her sister was using, her sisters were using in their awareness posts and things like that. So that is what I decided to get here, this tattoo. I've really been thinking a lot about why I get tattoos that I get. Not obviously, but they do all, except for probably one, really mean something to me. But I've learned that it's just kind of my way of processing life, whether it's my way of processing impactful times in my life, whether that be an impactful person, an impactful time, an event, just a time period, a circumstance. And I choose to honor those impacts and the impacts made on me as a human by leaving some permanent mark and permanent reminder of what that impact was to me. So that was a very impactful situation as a whole, and it's changed a lot about how I look at things. So that is my gray ribbon, my newest tattoo that is very peely. So hopefully it will look better next time I get on here. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all being here. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.